Greetings and salutations everyone. Today we are reacting to a bunch of BlizzCon stuff. I have some idea of what they're going to be announcing. I mean, there's some Diablo 4 stuff, there's some Overwatch 2 stuff, there's obviously going to be World of Warcraft and patch 9.1, which, if you're familiar with the internet, or I mean, I would hope you'd be familiar with the internet. But if you're familiar with what happened yesterday, I mean, time of the recording of today would be Friday, but you know, on Thursday, we got a bunch of spoilers. So, yeah, so that's fun. Yeah, so there's gonna be a bunch of stuff that we'll be reacting to, I'm sure. You know, lots of announcements. Mainly, I'll be posting the WoW stuff. If there is other stuff besides WoW that I'm legitimately interested in, I'll probably post it, but for the most part, it's gonna be WoW reactions. So, let's go ahead and enjoy some good old-fashioned BlizzCon in February. Wow. Alright, so let's get to that then. Again, this is more of a preemptive recording, actually, as you can see with my glorious Rexar screen or whatever. The BlizzCon Online has not started yet, so let's go ahead and see what's going on with BlizzCon this year. So, see you there. I'm gonna pretend to be surprised.
Look around you!
What makes you believe you're not just a weapon to achieve his ends?
Enough! Join our cause, or be made to serve.
Right now, you hold all the power. Make your choice, Sylvanas Windrunner.
SpaghettiOs.
Despite all our efforts, the Maw continues to grow. What if Denathrius's treachery is irreparable? The Primus is lost, and Bastion cannot save the Shadowlands alone.
None of this should have happened.
Perhaps the Winter Queen could...
Hello.
My Archon, a living soul, seeks an audience.
A mortal?
A king.
Anduin?
By all our measures, one who has spent his life striving for justice.
Hey, Uther.
One who would give anything to serve his people. One whose heart is true.
Very well. He may approach. Step forward.
Hi, Anduin.
My Ascended have spoken of you. The king held captive in the Maw.
That prison could not hold me forever.
Why have you come to Bastion?
You have a key that I need.
You will release this soul from your grasp.
No. He is bound to me.
Oh, shit.
Just as you once sought to bind your own brother.
I called it. I mean, I already kind of knew this, but... Hello, Arthas Anduin. Oh, shit. Damn. Rest in peace, Archon, I guess. Damn.
The vessel performed its part flawlessly. 3 keys remain. Then they will see. Death was never meant to be chained.
So, honest, you're looking pretty regretful, girl. Damn, though. Oh boy. That was pretty cool. Very similar to my boy Arthas. Hello, everybody. We just watched the BlizzCon cinematics, or whatever. This is recorded way afterwards. I just watched the What's Next panel for BlizzCon to put it into perspective for 9.1. And so we're going to go ahead and review the cinematic that Past Me just watched and gave his initial reactions to, and we're going to go ahead and click around. So I'm going to skip this part. It mostly just shows us what previously happened with Anduin. I do like that they did a little flashback segment of Sylvanas pointing her sword and pointing her weapon or whatever of Kingsmourne. I'm guessing that's what we're going to call that sword now. At our good old buddy Anduin. So she made her choice in that cinematic, and we're about to see that choice. It opens up in Bastion of all places. I was actually not expecting this to be the place for 9.1 to open up with first. It takes place in the Kyrian's Covenant area, where they discuss and talk about what's going on, what's happening. The Archon is very upset with what's going on, clearly, within the realms of the Shadowlands. Now, I can't remember this lady's name, but I do remember her from the questing zone, so she must have become a Kyrian at some point during the Covenant campaign, and she lets them know that Anduin has escaped the Maw and is here to see the Archon. And something's up with Anduin. How did he escape? That's really suspicious. And Uther, good old Uther, who has been captured by the Kyrian, he notices something's up because his scar is starting to act up. His wound that he got from Frostmourne, from Arthas a while ago. And so he shows up. Anduin is here. He is a noble soul who would give a lot for his people and a lot for the light, and he is perfect for Bastion. I think that's why he's able to come here, quite honestly, or it's just because he's immortal that he's able to come to Bastion, exactly. So, he's here, he shows up and is like, hey, I need something from you, and it is a key. And immediately when he brings up that whole point of, hey, I need that key, she knows something's up, and she knows that he's being possessed by Zovol, and Zovol's like, too late. I'm gonna go ahead and beat all your asses. And, well, that goes really well, because he summons Kingsmourne, and it breaks all of these people and the statue, and he goes ahead and goes for the kill. Now, he goes full-blown Arthas mode. He is pretty much Arthas 2.0 at this point. He looks a little bit like Varian, Anduin, and Arthas at this point, and he stabs her, and he sucks up her soul, I'm pretty sure, to obtain this key. I do not think the Archon is completely dead, elsewise Bastion would completely go and fade away. So either she's in the sword, or maybe she survived the encounter. I'm not entirely sure, but he comes back with the key that he was sent there to claim, and he was very successful. Like, Jailer is very happy that Anduin succeeded. And Sylvanas is starting to show some doubt, which, yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. And good ol' Zovol is chaining up another landmass for some reason and dragging it over to the Maw. Now let's go, I think that, let's go ahead and talk about the Archon. Like I said, I don't think she's completely dead. I think that either she's lost a good portion of her power here, or she's been dragged into the sword. She's been dragged into good old Kingsmourne, as it is called. I prefer Shadowlands personally, so forgive me if I call it Shadowlands more than Kingsmourne. I think Kingsmourne is not as cool sounding as Shadowlands does. But yeah, so good old Archon, she's been taken out. Her fate's really unknown at this point. I don't know what happened to the other dudes or whatever that surrounded her. They might be dead too. Again, Kyrian aren't looking so great right now compared to the other Covenant campaigns and Covenants in general. So yeah, so good old Anduin in his new armor of domination. He goes and returns the jailer, as we said. Let's talk about Sylvanas. So, talking about Sylvanas or whatever, she's looking pretty doubtful of her actions. She's looking pretty regretful of her actions. Now, this can go in so many ways, as I've said in my previous reactions to these, you know, I think this is the third one, technically, to the whole Anduin arc in Shadowlands. And she... How do I put this? It can go in so many ways, is the thing. Like, they can make her regret her decisions, and they can make her act upon them. If she acts upon them and frees Anduin and betrays the jailer by the end of her raid, yes, she is a raid boss. Then that means, I guess there's a path for redemption there if she helps us free Anduin or helps us fight the jailer. But the thing is, she still went with this. She still turned him into this. And yes, there's a brief moment where we see Anduin is still in there, which is good, which means that Anduin can still be saved. Let's see if I can find that moment here. Right here. We kind of see the blue in his eyes kind of fade away. So he's aware of his actions. So again, that's another thing I did. I called it that Zavol would possess Anduin. So I don't think that Anduin has been killed. I think it's strictly just possession. I think these runes, like his suit of armor, the sword he's wielding, they're controlling him. They're forcing him to do this. So Anduin is still a living being, and I think they did this on purpose because, like, this lady here, I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, but she's the one who greets you in Bastion. I remember that much. So I apologize if I've forgotten her name, but she's the one who tells them that Anduin is a living soul, and that gives them kind of a bit of a it kind of makes them, their defenses kind of get lowered basically because of that. Because, oh, a living soul, that's fine then. You know, if it was any other soul, that'd be kind of suspicious. So it's that fact that I think that's why Anduin hasn't been killed yet. And I think that either he'll be a part of Sylvanas' fight, or he'll be a fight on his own, or they're keeping Anduin not even in that raid. They could be waiting to use him for later on. If, however, we free Anduin on our own, what's the point? You know, I think that it would make the most sense in a story or narrative if they are going to have Sylvanas, you know, push back against the jailer, realize that she's goofed up, realize that she's messed up, and it's Anduin that's kind of pointed her in that direction. Then that means that yes, Sylvanas can be saved, I guess. Should she be saved? My honest opinion, no, but then again, I am not the most Sylvanas for character. I'm not for Sylvanas. I've never really been too big on her character as of late, but if they do this right, and they do this because she regrets her actions, because, you know, this was not a part of her plan, she's realizing that she's messed up, she realizes that she's been wrong this whole time, then, in my own opinion, that's a good thing. My biggest gripes with Sylvanas' character has been she's right. She's always right. And if you're wrong, too bad. So by having her admit of her own failings and admitting that Anduin is in the right, I think that's a good arc for her character then, because it means that she's messed up. Does that mean that it absolves her of all of her crimes? No. Of course not. That would be stupid. if they go the route of, by the way, you know, Sylvanas, she saved Anduin and she saved the Shadowlands, that means that she's a good guy and we should let her back in the Horde and we should shower her in praise and she should be a hero again. No. That's where I draw the line at. I think the best honest, like, arc for her at this point is by the end of the raid she does something that frees Anduin completely, but it costs her own life, then I like that. Because it means that in Sylvanas' final moments, she did something good. Or, she does something to stop the jailer, and that also ends her life. I honestly think the best way to handle Sylvanas' character at this point in time is having her do something really, really good, but it costs her her life in the end. It means that, yes, we can acknowledge her that she did something good, but it also means that we can acknowledge that she did a lot of bad, too. It would be a very conflicting character, it would be very complicated, but at least people who like Sylvanas would be getting something that they at least can like and appreciate and be like, oh, well, Sylvanas did something good. And then people who don't like Sylvanas is, well, she's gone. She's no more, and I can feel the way whatever way I want to regarding her. But that's at least what I'm gathering. I mean, she is the final boss of her raid, which means her story might end right then and there. So it's really hard to say. I mean, from my own past dealings with fans of Sylvanas, from people who don't like Sylvanas, it's not going to be an easy road for either of us, I think. But point and blank, I hope that people get what they want out of this character at this point in time. I think that a lot of people are fed up with her. I think a lot of people are just done. They want to be done. What's the point? What's the, you know? I think it's very much that. So what do you guys think personally is what I'm gathering at here? Do you guys think that Sylvanas is going to do something good regarding Anduin or regarding the Shadowlands and the Jailer as a whole? Do you think she's going to have a change of heart, or do you think that she's going to remain firm in her beliefs and die with no regrets? I personally think that they're going the route of her regretting her decisions, so I don't know what that means for her raid. Is it going to be another Is it going to be another Jaina or Ajara situation where she gets saved by Zovol, her master? Or is it going to be one of those situations where she's like, you know what? I'm done. I give up. I surrender. I'm going to help you guys defeat the Jailer. I'm going to help you guys free Anduin. That's what I think they're going to go with, personally, just with this face of regrets. But I might be proven wrong. So, who knows? You know, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Part of me is looking forward to 9.1, a part of me is a little underwhelmed by 9.1. I don't know anymore. I think it's a little too soon to judge it completely, but we'll just have to see. So, I'll see you guys in the next video, or whatever, or reaction, or so on and so forth. So, that was my review and reaction for Shadowlands Chains of Domination Kingsmourne. I'll see you guys hopefully soon. See ya!